In all my years of watching Spider-Man and being a big fan of Spider-Man, among other things in the Marvel Universe, one constant comes to mind is that whenever the symbiote comes around, it equals big trouble. When I first saw the symbiote for the first time, it was like in the Ultimate Spider-Man game back in the PS2 days. It was like the game was Ultimate Spider-Man, I think. And when I saw the symbiote and when I saw Venom for the first time, I was, especially when you had to do, especially when you see in the tutorial, it was one of the most scariest things I've ever seen in my life. I swear. And then I saw the symbiote in mainstream, and it didn't even come with Venom. It could literally take control of anyone. Take Spider-Man for instance, especially from the 19 series when he was trying to flipping get Shocker.
Get back here, Shocker! Shocker! You can't escape me! I'll chase you to the ends of the earth!
Yeah, that was pretty good voice acting there. The symbiote became so synonymous with Spider-Man that any opportunity, like a video game or a phone game or any TV show, would get the rights to Spider-Man. They would not waste any time trying to make sure that the symbiote is part of the costume. And then Spider-Man 2, the new Spider-Man 2, not Spider-Man 2 from 04 or Spider-Man 3 from 2007. No, Spider-Man 2 from the PS5 came out, and let's just say, ever since Spider-Man got the symbiote after nearly getting packed up by Kraven, let's just say things went pretty crazy. It went pretty crazy, but me saying it doesn't do it justice. So today we're going to be reacting to how Black Suit Spider-Man tamed not New York, Zoo York. So yeah, we're going to be reacting to that from Arcane. I watched a couple of his videos. Very entertaining human being. So we're going to be reacting to that. Before we get started, please comment down below, subscribe, and please give a like. It'll do a hell of a lot of good for the algorithm and for people trying to get into more of this content like this. And before we get started, for those that are familiar with the channel, you already know what I'm going to say. We just take it away, please. Oh, wait, forgot. There we go.
Alright, bro, I know what you came here for. You came here for that black-suited Spider-Man, and don't worry, bro.
Kraven's Hunters.
On Operation Geico Retrieval, Peter comes face-to-face with Kraven and takes one of the most disgusting L's I've ever seen in my life. Look at this. Kraven spawns into the game and pushes MJ to the side. Captain, she's beautiful to me, appears out of nowhere. 1-2's the first man and swifts the next into a punch on Kraven. But Kraven is no square and catches that on impact. I'm thinking, okay, here we go. First Kraven boss fight. Harry's about to get in there too, bro. It's about to be the tag team of the century. But look.
Yep, he did that instead.
Right,
and he broke the knife.
Spider-Man has been around since 1963. He has given us effectively 63 years.
Yeah,
Wait, that's not right, bro.
Years.
Listen, bro, it's 60. But he does all of that. Carries Marvel, carries the MCU, carries anything his name is on top of. All of that just to get one-shotted by Kraven. Who even is he? Harry sees this and starts spazzing out. The whole time the disrespect isn't over. Kraven says, guess you're not him after all. GG's. I am sick to my stomach. I was on my knee. Harry sees this and starts spazzing.
Hold up. What do you mean, who's Kraven? What do you mean, who? Bro, you should have gave Kraven more respect, bro. In Spider-Man 2, he was a menace of a villain. He was a menace. And you're telling me that you don't know who Kraven is? Who even he? It's whatever, it's a joke, whatever.
Now, the whole time the disrespect isn't over, Kraven says, guess you're not him after all. GG's. I am sick to my stomach. I was on my knees, bro. Straight disgusted at what I was seeing. Not even Harry in the background sliding for Lil Pete could make it up to me. I do respect him, though, doing what is required without question. Bro, listen.
Harry won that smoke.
Peter dies.
Yeah. No. Realizing something that Peter might be a fraud.
Listen, bro, this is where Peter finally dons that opium. As bro literally dies in his friend's arms, Harry's suit starts to bond to Peter. I don't even have to use words. Just turn on that lone.
Yeah. Yep. I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be honestly real. Be real. When that rage meter hits in the game, oh, bro, I swear that it's a different beast. It's a different beast when that rage meter fills up at the very when you, and then you get to the rage mode, right? Honestly, Insomniac, that game hit. It made the game a lot better. Trust and believe that it made the game so much better. Look at that. Oh no.
So obviously the first thing Peter does is try to give it back, but let's be real. You're
Symbiote
an
wants
alien
it.
that bonds the host to survive. Who are you picking, the random guy on his deathbed or Spider-Man? So that doesn't work, and the gang decides that they gotta find Dr. Connors ASAP because they believe that, you know, he made the suit. They don't know that it's an alien, you know, so they think he can just take it off and give it right back to Harry. And the only lead they have on Connors is Kraven, and the only lead they have on Kraven is the knife that he broke off in Peter's spleen. I hate to see it. I really, really do. So Peter finds a party for Kraven and sneaks in there with the suit's coolest ability, drip appropriation. I need that. He feeds a tiger, fights Kraven's hunters and all that, and finds another lead on Kraven's exact location and pulls up. But wait, before we get there, we have Peter's first moment of genuinely tweaking.
Yeah, he
this hunter
crashed
right
out.
here sees that I just laid out the entire room, yet actually tries to sneak
I remember
Peter,
this.
and of course,
I think
Peter
I remember
catches
this
that,
one.
and the guard is like, oh, my fault, big bro, you can go. And Peter's not gonna take that. Grabs the hunter and throws him through
and
the
that was the symbiote that did that.
Mind you,
that was the
they are
symbiote.
human.
That
Pops
was the
outside
symbiote
window
that
and
did
tells Bro to
that.
put ice on it. Like, bro, what?
That
Me
wasn't him.
personally, I'm not even gonna be breathing
That
anymore.
was
My
symbiote.
last thoughts are gonna be
The
damn,
symbiote crashes out.
MJ was right. So Peter pops in the church where Kraven is on his Warriors vibe. Kraven, come out to play. But Kraven in this game has got to be the scariest version of bro I have ever seen.
Honestly,
Completely
he had so
unfazed
much
by
con-
Black
he had no
Spider-Man.
fear.
Throws
Kraven
a
had no
knife
fear.
and says, damn gang, I see you hunting me now. I'm chill with that. I like that. I love that for you. I hope you're ready to finish that though. And blitzes Peter. Oh nah. What is this? Again, and then a dash uppercut into a grapple knife chokehold. Brother, no, this is supposed to be the black suit video. What is happening right now? Kraven is really choking double powered up Peter with ease and giving a monologue at that. Basically telling Peter, I know you can do better than this.
Obviously, Spider-Man's holding back.
Kraven must be my twin because I'm saying the exact
Even
same
during
thing, bro. Fight back.
while he
They
had the
must have got through though,
symbiote.
because Peter kicks Kraven back and
Even
starts eating a little
while
bit
he
because
had
of
the
the bell
symbiote,
Kraven
he
hit.
had
Kraven
sun
sees this and
he
is
was
like,
holding
oh
back,
yeah.
so.
Peter quickly snatches the lizard serum off Kraven, and Kraven hits the bell again. Suffice to say, bro, I'm just shaking my head. I promise you, he does a lot better. Just stick with him. So Peter escapes and takes the serum back to Harry's lab. They work to come up with a cure for Connors, and everything is going smooth. But there's a plot twist. Kraven put a tracker on the serum, and the hunters
he ain't gonna leave him
lab.
alone.
So now Peter has to protect Brittle Bone Harry and the cure, which is still being made. And the hunters start getting down on Peter with loud sounds. I am viciously furious, bro. Look at how they have him. Luckily, Harry stops the sounds, and now it's calamity for everyone in the vicinity. And it is absolutely amazing how you can absolutely feel the bone breaking and shatterings through the controller and the sound design of the game, bro. It is beautiful, but they just keep on pouring in. Thirsty as all hell. Even flying an aircraft in the building, and no duh, it crashed. What were they thinking? Peter, of course, handles all the hunters, so Harry gives the clear on the cure, and they get out of there. And I feel bad for Harry. He lost his life-saving suit and the lab that he was going to use to help people around the world, but this isn't his video, so Peter goes out looking for Connors at his house, and what we find is just sad. Tragic. All we see is Connors' empty house full of his wife and kids' stuff. They left Connors after the first time that he turned into a lizard before the games. I'm telling you this because this and the footage of Connors trying to cure himself starts setting Peter off. This is his breaking point, which leads us to the gameplay reveal section. And you know me, bro, I laid it down. I almost died. I almost got clapped and besmirched the name of the reveal. And the whole time I'm doing that, Yuri Lowenthal is putting his soul into the mic with these Kraven threats. Yeah, call that man Heisenberg because he's ready to cook.
Yeah, boy.
He's word that the lizard is across the city, so he calls up Miles. He and Genki head up to the river to handle a few of the hunters. And now they don't find the lizard, but a menace finds them.
Look at that.
Hello, monkey. That's real footage from the game, bro.
No, it's
Why
not.
would I lie? Come
No,
on.
it's not.
But
No, it's
listen,
not.
it is that time. Witness the extreme amounts of exaggerated swagger as Miles swiftly and gracefully maneuvers through these hunters with ease. You know, I really feel like a Spider-Man with a melanated skin tone. All I need now is those Jordans inside.
Gotta love the trailer
gameplay. Now on Peter's end, look, I did the thing. But bro is so angry that he's off his game. Swings the Kraven's air vehicle and gets a missile strike, and Miles had to get him out of that jet. damn. Only for Miles to end up in the water too. And I'm thinking, damn, bro.
A shark shows up. I think no.
It's
It's
a
the lizard. Never mind. It's the lizard. It's the lizard.
Oh my gosh.
It's the
Right onto
lizard.
the docks. The lizard is going crazy. So the spider pals have to pull off the old alley.
Yep. What about you? Ah!
So you watched all the way up until this point. Could you make like a symbiote and bond to that like button, please? I know it's corny, bro. That's why I said it. Listen, I never lied to you
guys
about
will
who
do
I
the
am.
same.
A
Hopefully
clown.
you guys will do the
So the
same.
lizard got away, and Peter throws a random to the ground.
Yep, he
Tweaking.
throws him to the
Miles put a
ground.
tracker on
Not
the lizard and is
not-
ready to go
not
after
puts him
it.
down,
But
he
Peter's
throws
like,
him.
boy, go back to your traps and bandos. I've got this one. Tweaking once
Look at the
again,
twitch
bro.
in his
That
eyes,
is
though,
actually a game,
literally.
bro. I don't care if you don't believe me. Anybody who has played the game will back me up. So right after the chase, Peter is back to twigging on the phone
Crashing
with MJ
out.
saying Miles
The
is off
symbiote
his
taking
game.
control of
Bro,
him.
ain't this you? But anyways, Peter follows the tracker to the sewers where he finds an Oscorp laboratory. And in that lab, he finds a rock, a very, very eye-raising rock. My first time getting here, I was like, bro, I know that ain't what I think it is.
It is.
No way.
It
But
is.
you'll subscribe to see the next video that explains this, right? Won't you? But the lizard makes his appearance, and it is time to get
It's boss
dirty.
fight
And I got some
time.
things to say about this fight. One, I have been here before, bro. I just didn't realize it until a little bit later. Same suit in the sewers with a giant crocodile. You know, I know a lot of people won't get this, but look, it's the same lizard boss fight from Spider-Man 3. Craziest thing is, I think they have the same music cues too. If I can find it, I'll show it. 2. This fight is where I realized that I accidentally put the game on the hardest difficulty. I don't know, bro. The way they set the menu up when you first boot up the game.
I'm not gonna lie. That's a fun fact. That's a fun fact. That's actually a good fact. Alright, fair enough.
Made it look crazy. It's really not my fault, but really, bro, I am getting thrashed out there.
Yeah,
trying
I
to hit
remember
these
that boss
parries,
fight too.
bro.
It was not
All
pretty.
you
It
gotta
was
do
not
is tap it,
fun.
bro. But I'm sitting there tapping.
I was out here
not
spamming special
parrying the
abilities
damn thing.
everywhere.
Bro, I'm in here trying to channel Ultra Instinct, knowing I haven't
Literally.
watched a single episode of DBZ ever in my life. That's cat,
Can't
but do
really
you see what I'm
relate.
saying, bro? Look at it. Did I turn the difficulty down though?
No.
Do you know how much I've already sacrificed? So eventually, Peter holds down Connors and is ready to insert, but the lizard lets out a high-pitched scream, and you know the suit can't take that. So now we gotta chase Geico through the city, running through building after building, bro. It is no joke out here. And then Peter says this about the police.
Got this, officers. You're not helping.
I mean, he's not lying,
Yeah,
bro.
he's
Matter
lying.
of fact, the police
He's
are
really gonna make
barely
it
in
worse.
this game, but you can't say that. And now the hunters have caught wind of the rampage and gotta join in. And Peter is still trying to inject Connors to no avail, chasing gang up skyscrapers. I respect the lizard's tenacity, his
Yeah, they're
determination.
basically
but
two
this
of
ain't
them.
it, bro.
They literally-
Like, for real, what were you gonna do
tore
when you
apart
got to
the
top?
city.
And of course, Kraven shows up.
Ouch.
Peter rushes down and opens up Jaw and tries to inject the serum, but they hit the ground faster than Drake can drop mid. Peter wakes up in the sewer and the suit is just relocates.
It
his
literally,
broken
yeah,
arm,
literally
like,
just
oh
puts
my
his arm back
God,
into
bro. And the
place.
lizard is sitting up tall, ready to throw hands again. And Peter is so
It got
tired of
bigger
the
as
lizard,
well.
he starts talking crazy during the fight.
Yeah.
Your family doesn't love you.
Yeah,
I see why
no
they
wonder
left.
your family-
The only reason I'm
that's
saving
the
you is to
symbiote
say, hey,
talking.
Kraven can really have you. Tweaking.
Is this
But
what
other
you
than
want
that,
your
bro, it's
family
a
to
really
remember
boss fight.
you?
Peter downs the lizard and look at the way the tentacles overwhelm Connors.
Ouch.
They really made use of the fact that the suit is a symbiote, you know,
Yeah.
tentacles and all that.
Pretty
you know?
much.
But Peter cures Connors, and now of course we can get this suit off and back to Harry.
No,
Problem.
it got
Connors
worse.
goes on to explain how he didn't make the suit. Yeah, it crash landed on Earth, and
Yeah.
Oscorp's been experimenting on it ever since.
Pretty
we
much.
know all that though, bro.
What a
And
surprise.
Connors is like, hey, bro, we cannot give that back to Harry. We gotta destroy it. And Peter utters the craziest line in the entire game: "Destroy us." Ladies and gentlemen, Peter is officially gone. Notice the suit change.
Yep,
That is no
look at
longer the
that.
black suit. That is
Look
the
at that.
symbiote suit. Bro,
Nah, look at that. Go back.
officially gone. Notice the suit
Nah, look at that. That pretty much explains everything, man. That pretty much explains everything. Look at that. Honestly, it looks more sewage-like, the run on the right, bro. Honestly, he got worse. He got severely worse when he had the symbiote. When he had the symbiote, the more he had it on, the more worse he got. The more of a crash out he became. We say about 10 minutes.
change. That is no longer the black suit. That is the symbiote suit. Bro,
That's
dare I
symbiote
say
suit.
that is poison talking. Connors is scared as hell, and Peter yanks his phone away, saying it makes me a better Spider-Man. That's cap, but okay. He rushes Connors, but
makes it
disappears in
worse.
like milliseconds. I mean, bro, he wears black for one day and thinks he's Batman. Alright, bro. So for context, MJ's been working for Jameson the entire game, writing for newspapers and all that. Thing is, she's on the verge of being fired. Because it's the Bugle, bro. J. Jonah Jameson. The only papers that sell are Spider-Man slander articles. You know, she wants to write about ending world hunger or pumpkin spice lattes, something like that. So MJ's been up waiting for Peter to come home and read her paper, but he comes in the house and he's immediately ready to hit the hay. And they try to play this off as a moment where Peter is neglecting his people, but if this isn't a long day, bro, I don't know what is.
Yeah, I
can't
disagree with that.
Hunters appear outside ready to get the drop on the spider. MJ peeps this and looks at Peter and he is gone. I've seen this before. Every time Peter sleeps with...
By the way, it wasn't Peter. He was asleep, bro. It was the symbiote taking control of that boy. The symbiote was controlling Peter, was controlling Spider-Man, while that brother was sleeping. To the point where the symbiote, while Peter was sleeping, nearly packed up MJ. Chai.
that suit on, he ends up downtown. Now I'm thinking it's wraps for MJ, but she grabs the strap and starts making her way through the neighborhood, avoiding hunters and chasing Peter, who is clearly not Peter. The situation is so bad that she calls Miles for support. Now Miles tries to talk to Peter, but his first reaction to that information is violence.
Literally,
they fight off some hunters until MJ calls on Miles again with a plan, and you will never believe what that plan is. She wants Miles to seal her in the tunnel with a superpowered alien. She's worried that the hunters will catch him and take him away somewhere, like they've had any luck in that regard. But Miles is like, okay, cool, and caves the tunnel, locking Peter and Miss I Can Change Him alone in the dark. They really made her do the Akira slide, bro. I can't. And however you're imagining this one, it didn't. Somehow this hyper-violent alien didn't kill MJ. Nah, it thrashes around the cave trying to find a way out till it causes a drill to activate on a metal pipe, almost killing Peter and the suit till MJ stops it. Bro, how do you have 2 brains and still knock yourself out, go out this bad? Oh, and Miles got captured by Kraven. The hunters pulled the play of the century. They dressed one of their guys up as a construction worker,
they
put him on a
conned him, my boy.
Blew up the crane and let it fall with him still on it, forcing Miles to save him, thus getting bro close enough to inject Miles with a roof line. But what if Miles would have failed, huh? You was ready to die by Kraven? Okay, bro. I respect it. And now MJ's back is up against the wall. Them boys is outside. She has no contact with Miles, and Peter is unresponsive. And so really she does all she can in this situation, and shocks Peter awake. But not really, because it was the suit damn near Venom that woke up, telling MJ simply to run. Now she starts fleeing and dodging the suit left and right until she manages to hide. I don't know. Somehow, bro, I don't know. And the symbiote just leaves. Thank God. But check me out real quick. Look at this. Peter wakes up on a bench and thinks nothing.
And wears nothing but black.
Bench like he's been living there for years, like he's supposed to be there. Oh, Heidi ho! What a glorious day! Like what? What are you doing? Your friend is dying. You don't know where your woman is. And while he doesn't know to what extent Miles is missing, and there's an alien posing as your clothes right now, tee up. But what am I talking about? He is clearly insane.
Yeah, he's clearly lost his mind.
Real quick about this section. I really don't like this next section. So remember the article MJ wrote that Peter didn't read? Well, it was about Spider-Man being a menace ever since he got the black suit. My problem is, bro really hasn't done anything bad to the general public to warrant this heat. Even other people like the purple-haired lady, Danica, I'm talking about Peter ever since he got the black suit. Most notably, his chase with the lizard. I'm talking about all the damage he caused to the city. My brother in Christ, this happens all the time.
It does.
If you want me to believe that the black suit is changing his public perception, you gotta have Peter like throw a car at somebody. Because that lizard chase is a Tuesday. This is New York, is it not? Am I not correct? If Peter is a menace for this, then what about the helicopter chase in the first game? Or the rhino and the tinkerer business in the last one? Bro, the tinkerer almost took out the entirety of New York or something, but nobody's uttered a peep about her this entire game. Or what about Sandman from the beginning of this game? It is going to take years to get off that sand up. He can hold Spider-Man accountable for the lizard or anybody else, bro. He didn't make any of this happen. He just stopped it.
Storyline. Gotta listen to the plot, right? You gotta listen to the plot.
Building, dangling his feet, watching everything happen. You know, have Peter kick a baby or something, then we can talk. But as far as I'm concerned, the only people Peter has heard with his black suit are his friends and that one guy he threw on the docks. And none of that even warrants an article written on him. MJ. So Peter is mad about that article, but tucks it and heads to Harry's house, where bro promptly asks for his suit back because he's dying. Look at him. And Peter's reaction to that question is all I need. tweaking. MJ is surprised to see Peter and makes another L choice. Instead of telling him how he raged out and almost killed her and Miles, she simply says, "You haven't been yourself lately." What was that supposed to do? Of course he counters all of her arguments. Harry is in the back listening like, "Living must be nice. Wish I could get like that." And Peter hits the most egregious response I've ever heard. He said, and I quote, "Why don't you pop some more pills and tell me how you're really feeling?" No reason. Man's wore opium for one day and forgot how to act. You are not Denzel.
Yeah, it got bad. It got really bad when Peter had the symbiote suit and not the black suit. That's why I'm saying, when the symbiote comes to play, no one is safe. No one is safe. No one is safe. No one is safe, bro. No one is safe. No one.
In Training Day, they can and will do this to you. Peter got so hot that MJ pulled out the Reaper, like that's gonna do anything. They argue about MJ's paper, but I already told you how I feel about that. Peter storms away, but he sees Norman on his way out. And Norman is like, "Oh, you're like a son to me." And Harry sees this and internalizes it for later. I got a problem with this too, but this is Peter's video. My fault. So Miles' mom. Hold on.
Rio. Oh, wait. Oh,
no. No. Y'all see. Rio Morales. She's really worried about Miles blowing up Peter's phone. Peter pops in her office and they start talking, and it is not like 10 seconds before he starts getting disrespectful. She wants to start calling the police and hospitals to see if they've seen Miles. But Peter is like, "Oh my gosh, okay, I will go find a little drug dealer, damn." Now hold on, because this Rio disrespect will not be tolerated. Didn't your aunt die in the last game? Yeah, you wore a different kind of black suit to her funeral, didn't you? I'm sorry. Oh, I know. So Peter goes out looking for Miles, and Miles is in Craven's camp fighting Mr. Negative or whatever, bro. I'm beyond. I didn't like this section, bro. Burning hell. But Miles fights Mr. Negative, lets him live, and thank God he did, because Negative finds Peter and tells him where Miles is. On his way there, Peter is talking to himself, having a very problem, not me moment, thinking about all the slander and people that want to kill him, until he comes to the conclusion that he must kill Craven.
The symbiote saying the symbiote saying that.
Obliterating any and everyone in his path, and then there's that one guy on the ground, and with all the breath in his body, turns into Batman with the Peter hops in the final hunting ground, immediately trapped in a box by Craven, and Craven's like, that box is unbreakable, but if you want to fight, you're just gonna have to break out of it, Gangaroony. Basically,
anything can be broken.
Peter as angry as possible, because he sees the potential in that suit to give him a good death. Because he has cancer, he'd rather go out fighting than in a bed. Craven is really out here trying to get packed.
Yeah, bro, I'm gonna be real. That brother Craven had no fear. He had zero fear. No, he had no fear. He wanted to smoke. The crazy part about it is, in this game, right, he wanted to beat up supervillains. He didn't. I don't think he wanted to beat up superheroes. He wanted to beat up supervillains. And he wanted to go out, and he wants to go out in a blaze of glory, because he was cooked either way. He wanted to go out in a blaze of glory. So honestly, I can't disrespect that. I can't disrespect the writers for making Craven. I can't. I really can't. That's honestly crazy. My boy just wants to smoke.
Which is real hard considering he's damn near Superman in this game.
Pretty
I didn't
much.
show it, but bro one-shot his Scorpion, and it is heavily implied that he packed up the rest of the Sinister Six off screen. And then he shows off Miles in the cage, and yeah, bro, that'll do it.
And
now you might think that we're in for an epic fight, but let me tell you, bro, spectacular difficulty is no joke. I'm supposed to feel like Spider-Man, not a victim. I'm in here fighting for my life, and it is only the first phase. You said lower the difficulty. Man, shut up and watch this combo. So I'm thinking the fight is over. Go ahead and turn into Venom and eat, bro. I've had enough. But no, Craven grips up Peter's head and starts squeezing. What the hell? How long are we gonna do this? Me and Peter must be thinking the same thing, because he grows all of his tendrils and starts choking Craven. And this old freak has the nerve to say harder. What is happening? And then Peter obliges. It's so much so that Miles figures it's
He
time
really
to
wants
step
to
in.
leave in a
Craven
blaze of
wants that
glory.
death so bad that he bites Peter to keep his attention, but Miles zaps Peter, thus throwing Craven. All morals have left the building. Peter looking at Miles like he's on the wrong side front
Here
of the
comes the
bus.
fight we're
And,
all
bro,
waiting
this
for.
fight is crazy. Yes, I'm still getting whooped. Like,
Yeah,
look at what I have to do to keep
spectacular
up. 2 shots
difficulty.
and I'm out the game. I gotta move tactical. And Peter is talking all kinds of crazy to Miles.
Yeah.
And the elegant
I
maneuvers
made
are enough
you.
to bring a tear
You
to my
owe
eye.
me.
After the first phase, Miles knocks Peter, but he gets up real quick. Miles rushes in with an electric charge, but Peter counters with a tendril hand,
I
pulling
need
Miles
this
in and
suit.
slamming
It
him
makes
to
me
the
a better
ground.
Spider-Man.
Peter starts talking about how he needs the suit and isn't a man without it, then has the nerve to accuse Miles of wanting it for himself. I would be in Miles' shoes hitting the blankest stare known to man.
Literally.
Miles breaks away and they hit the craziest
After
pose of the
seeing it,
game.
of course, why would
Peter
I
is
wanna
still
be like
talking
that?
crazy, saying, I made you. Why
You
are you
owe
doing
me.
this to me? Tweaking until the very end. Peter launches another tendril, but Miles channels his inner Goku and slides across the top of it and tackles Peter to the ground. You know the devs couldn't wait to put us onto this one right here, bro. These scenes are straight gas. Peter is still struggling to let go of the suit, thinking it's making him a better
let's go.
Spider-Man.
I'm fighting.
Miles
Everyone-
reminds him
everyone needs
swiftly
me
that
to
he hasn't answered
breathe.
a call from him in years.
He's
We're supposed
mumbling
to
the
be
words.
brothers. He throws Peter into the stratosphere, gets up
Honestly,
there and blasts
the
right back
dialogue
down
is-
to the ground.
I'm gonna be real, the dialogue in this game, oh my days, especially in that boss fight, man, it's top tier. Mwah. I don't care what anyone else says. The game, every game has a hit or miss. Every game has, but the dialogue is so sick. It has such replay value. You won't understand. It has such replay value, honestly.
Reminding Peter that he could have killed MJ the other day and begging
Literally.
Peter to let it go. And for a second, Peter comes back, but we still have another phase left. Miles channels his inner yeet and adds a bell to the battle. And Peter starts having a seizure on the pavement and Miles keeps hitting that bell. And when I tell you, bro, Yuri Lowenthal's vocal cords were put to the test. I mean,
Yeah.
half the bread he got paid for this must have went into throat therapy. But
Yeah.
finally, Peter has had enough. and
Spider-Man
gains enough
3.
consciousness to rip the melanin off his skin. It tries to come back, but Miles makes sure to capture it. They swing off to another roof. Peter apologizes for his tweakings and they make up. But listen, the Black Suit Saga was amazing. I was gonna go on for a little
And
bit
then Venom
longer,
showed
but
up,
this
but I
script
don't
is
think
already
this-
at 13 pages.
Yeah, I don't think
And the
this-
video is at like, what, 20-something minutes now, bro. And that's cut down. So I'm gonna cover Venom in the next video, but until then, bro, I'm gonna go ahead and head up out of here.
Yeah. That pretty much sums it up now, does it? That pretty much sums it up. Bro, I swear that I literally played Spider-Man 2 and the New Game Plus. Honestly, I had such a blast playing that game. The combat masters and the boss fights. I made sure to keep the boss fight level, the damage low, and the boss's health high, so I can just keep punching him and have the dialogue go longer. But overall, it was such a sick game to play. I'd have to play Spider-Man 2018, but whatever. Innit? So I hope you guys enjoyed as much as I did. Please leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. It would do a whole world of good. For right now, I'm gonna take my leave, and may the Lord bless every last one of you. Peace and blessings. This is me signing off. See you guys in the next one.